so extol the virtues of Jennifer and the entire team at the Vaughan Chamber of Commerce, but many in this audience will know that I never ever tire of talking about how extraordinary the Vaughan Chamber of Commerce team truly is. In my past political life, I had the opportunity to serve in different capacities. In some of those capacities, I had the chance to meet chambers of commerce and boards of trade, guests from across our region, from across the greater Golden Horseshoe, and frankly, from right across Ontario. I know I've said this many times before, but it does bear repeating, and tonight's Business Achievement Awards are yet again another example of this kind of incredible, incredible talent. We are blessed in Vaughan because we have by far the very best Chamber of Commerce in Ontario and in Canada. Thank you very much, Jennifer, and your entire team. And one of the reasons we have such a great chamber is, of course, because of Jennifer and the entire team's leadership, but it's also very much a collaborative relationship with all of you, with Vaughan's business community. You know, I've lived in this city for almost 40 years, served now for mayor about a year and a half alongside my colleagues from council, many of whom are in the room this evening, and I believe were announced earlier tonight. One thing I will tell you after my years in public service is that as hard as all of your elected officials work, and we all do at all levels, our members of parliament, our members of provincial parliament, our city council, what really sets Vaughan apart, what truly makes this community stand head and shoulders above all else right across the province and the country, it's our people. And when it comes to the entrepreneurial spirit that literally sparks the engine of a local and a regional and a provincial and a national economy, that takes you. That is you. Your industrious nature, your desire to take calculated risks, your ability to employ people, and not just employ people, and not just support the statistics that underpin an economy, but support so many tens of thousands of families. Everything that we get to do inside of government, everything that we get to invest in on your behalf inside of government simply would not be possible if we did not have a thriving economy. And that's because of all of you. That's because of the decisions you made to invest in our city and to collaborate with the chamber and work closely with your council and your city. And I wanted to say tonight as a longtime resident, and yes, as your mayor, thank you from the bottom of my heart for being an extraordinary group of incredible entrepreneurs right here in the city of Vaughan. Thank you very much. So my official capacity tonight is to introduce and to hand out the final award of the evening. And let me just say before I get to that, to all of the nominees tonight and the award recipients, the videos, the stories, it is so compelling. You really do help to underscore what I just said a moment ago. Congratulations to everyone. But my official responsibility tonight, as Elvira mentioned, is to showcase the recipient of the 2024 Philanthropic Business Person of the Year. Now, in just a moment, you're going to see a video, but I just wanted to say before the video plays, this is an individual everyone in this room knows, and virtually everybody in our community and our city knows. It's someone, he is someone I've had the honor of knowing for now, I would say, Michael, close to 2 decades. I have literally seen up close what his tenacity and his drive and his love of family and his love of community and his continual decisions, along with the rest of his team and his family, to invest in our city at all times, what that's helped to produce. Tonight's award recipient, as many will know, was one of, if not the driving force behind the fundraising and advocacy way back in the early days, when there were so many doubters here in our community and well beyond. The driving force and part of the inspiration that today is, in fact, the Cordalucci Vaughan Hospital. And I saw his performance firsthand, and I can tell you, it was exemplary. So I'm going to ask you to look at the screens in just a very quick moment, but I wanted to say that it's been remarkable and an honor, Michael, for me to have had the chance to volunteer alongside you. Your honors and the awards you've received, including the Order of Vaughan and the Order of Ontario, are so well deserved. and it's a tribute to you and a tribute to the Chamber that you are being honored this year with this well-deserved award. Now I'll ask everyone in this room to watch the screens closely before the award is presented. Thank you very much.
If I were to describe Michael in 3 words, those 3 words would be singularity of purpose. I think when Michael gets an idea in his head, he doesn't rest until he's completed the task. So he's dogged, he's energetic, he's purposeful, he's committed to a cause.
He's an incredible family man. He's an incredible visionary person, and he's a community builder.
Example, determination, and courage.
Tenacious, persistent, and extraordinary.
As I was growing up, I developed a passion to always try to help others less fortunate if I can. What initially inspired me to give back to my community and to society in general goes back to when I was a child. I was 10 years old and my grandfather, Michael, suddenly had a major stroke, couldn't speak, and half of his body was paralyzed. I was his favorite grandchild. All of my brothers and they would argue at that point. But Nono Miguel would protect me and he would do anything for me. I loved him very much. Every night after dinner when he was ill, I would go to the hospital with my parents, Giovanni and Anna. And I would try to speak to him, try to motivate him, try to get him to talk and to walk. But unfortunately, that never happened. This made me very sad, and I was very frustrated that the doctors and nurses couldn't help him. I was disappointed with the hospital itself, the furniture, the equipment, the instruments. And I remember thinking to myself, there must be a better way to help people like my grandfather, and I'm going to help find it one day.
Michael and the board had a big vision of bringing a complete campus of care to Vaughan, anchored by a hospital and related healthcare ancillary facilities.
He had a vision a couple of decades ago, and through his tenacity and persistence, he didn't stop until success was achieved.
Thereafter, I knew that I wanted to make a difference in life. Yes, my brothers Silvio, Carlo, and I support many different charities and organizations. Every one of these organizations require people to volunteer, dedicate their time, and to contribute their intelligence, and to put some gratifying sacrifice in order to succeed. I'm sincerely humbled by the surprise of being named the Philanthropic Person of the Year. This is not something that I've asked for, or anyone asks for. I don't do it for the blood, sweat, and tears that I put into it, or for the recognition. I do it because I want to do it, choose to do it, if I can and how I can. It's something that you want to do and you do it with your heart. My heart is all in. Whenever I can contribute, because I do want to make a difference in the lives of the people that can truly benefit from it.
That's what Michael is all about. The philanthropy in Michael de Gaspers is that he makes it happen.
Michael and the de Gasperis family were instrumental in supporting the construction of Sunnybrook's hybrid operating room, saving time and saving lives at Canada's first Level 1 trauma center.
Philanthropy comes from the heart, and Michael's heart is just bursting.
People sometimes ask me, what philanthropic legacy do you want to leave to your children? The simple answer is, I don't want to leave my children with any legacy. I want them to respect, inherit, and continue the family legacy that I've started, that I've taught them, and moreover, to do even better than I have if they can. My wife Grace and I have been blessed to have 3 wonderful, respectful, and intelligent children. Julian, Adrian, and Felicia have great integrity and shared my passion to help others.
My father Michael has always taught me to be a leader in every aspect of my life and never expect anything in return. He has demonstrated this since I was a child. Since I can remember, he has always shown me that in order to successfully build and participate in our communities, we must give back however we can. His passion and dedication truly inspires me every single day.
To my father and his brothers, but most particularly my grandfather, have always instilled the lesson and the principle of giving back to and participating in your local community and working to develop and support causes which are important to that community. My father Michael has been a great inspiration for my brother, sister, and I. There's a number of organizations that are really near and dear to his heart. One of them specifically is the Heart Foundation. He has spent hours of his time giving back to the community, and we really take that as inspiration and something that we want to give back to our lives as well.
Michele, siamo orgogliosi di chiamarti il nostro amico, siamo orgogliosi di tutto quello che fai e vi auguriamo una bellissima serata da tua moglie e i tuoi figli. Bacioni.
Hey Michael, you're a superstar in Vaughan. I know, we're from Toronto, but I want to recognize that you've contributed so much to the Toronto General Hospital, Sick Kids, Mount Sinai, Toronto Western, which is our hospital just around the corner, and of course Princess Margaret. You've really enriched the lives of millions of people, and all the hard work that you've done in raising money. You've really set the standard high, Michael, for all Eto'o Canadians to follow. You set such a wonderful example, and we're so proud of you. Congratulations, Michael. We love you.
Enjoy your evening.
So well deserved.
Jennifer and Melinda can join me on stage, please. Here they are. And if everyone could join me in congratulating our 2024 Philanthropic Person of the Year, Michael DeGasperis.
Thank you, Mayor Del Duca. Thank you, my lovely Elvira. How many years do we go back now? The high school days. Go ahead.
So Michael and I went to high school together, so it didn't make the cut, but I actually have a yearbook picture of him with really long, curly blonde hair. That was only 5 years ago, yes. But I went to class.
But also that you were so nice to me back then. I won't get into details, okay, but I named the street after you.
And well deserved.
Thank you, everyone. What an amazing evening we're having so far. And first, I'd like to a huge congratulations to the Vaughan Chamber of Commerce, to Jennifer and her team, as well as all of this evening's finalists and winners. On behalf of all of us here this evening, we encourage you to keep doing what you're doing and continue the great accomplishments. Job very well done. I'm going to refer back to what Claudio Mazzotto said earlier for Local 675. And in my heart, the true winners tonight are all three of the charities. And I'd like to say they all do an amazing job. And on behalf of my brothers, Silvio, Carlo, and myself, we're going to donate $25,000 to each one of those charities.
Oh my God!
So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, family, and friends. I will apologize in advance for my lengthy speech. I ask for your attention, but let's make it fun. Just like the Oscars, if you need to go to the bathroom or something like that, then go right ahead and we'll try and find a fill-in for your seat. I'm sincerely honored and humbled to have been recognized with this prestigious Philanthropic Person of the Year award. What a privilege it is to give back to the community, to play a small role in shaping the landscape from healthcare to assisting charities, institutions, and other organizations. or even to dream big and have a significant role in seeing the Vaughan Hospital become a reality. This is truly gratifying, but it certainly didn't come without its challenges. My wife Grace and I are blessed with 3 wonderful children. Julian, Adrian, and Felicia have played an essential role in supporting me and the various causes that I have been, or that I am currently involved with. The late night meetings, the phone calls over dinner, meet and greets, fundraisers, board meetings, time away from the family, etc. They never complained. They inspired me every step of the way. Your unwavering and belief in the importance of giving back has been my guiding light and my source of strength. For this, I am truly grateful, and I share this honor with each of them. Thank you for your love, your support, and I love you all very much. But as we all know, there is always so much to do for those less privileged, for those in need, and for those that will truly benefit. Winston Churchill once said, "We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give." As you heard me say in the video interview, that in my opinion, philanthropy is not something that you do only by attending a fundraiser, or you do by your mouth, with your mouth, okay, by speaking about it, or by simply writing a check, although donations are always very much needed. It's something that you want to do, and you want to do it with your heart. My heart is all in whenever I can contribute, because I do want to make a difference in the lives of all the people that can truly benefit from it. This, in my view, is also being a humanitarian, and this is the true spirit of kindness. For some, that could mean volunteering at a food bank. For others, it means visiting a long-term care facility or assisting seniors, while others have been able to help an individual or a family in need. And yes, the generosity and the ability of some to contribute financially, especially on a much larger scale, can also have a longer lasting and far-reaching impact, of which my parents, John and Anna, my brothers, Silvio and Carlo, and my family and I are proud to have contributed. With respect to some of my contributions, I continue to work and assist many different institutions and organizations. Whether that be Sunnybrook for the new critical care building, or Humber River Hospital for the new surgery with robotics, or Princess Margaret Hospital for cancer care, or for centers of abused women and children in need, or people with autism, or people with mental health issues. The list goes on and on. But I will also tell you that with her permission, a very close friend of mine and someone close to my heart is here with us tonight. 28 years ago, she was diagnosed with a brain tumor. She's a fighter, and she's been winning the battle for many years. She went into remission for a long time. However, that nasty enemy has returned, and she is currently doing radiation every single day. She is now considered legally blind from the tumor, the chemo, and the radiation over the years. She continues to do the Walk for Brain Cancer fundraiser every year for the Brain Tumor Foundation of Canada. Her team is called Team Sandra. I support her in my small way whenever she needs me, but she is the trooper, she is the hero. She is always helping save lives for so many people. She is the one with the perseverance, and she is winning the war against brain cancer. She is my very good friend for over 40 years. She is my Pomada. Ladies and gentlemen, she is Sandra Lisi. Right here. Over 22 years ago, I was asked by the City of Vaughan's mayor and council at the time if I would attend a dinner meeting. I asked what it was about, and I was told there was only one item on the agenda. And that was that Vaughan doesn't have a hospital, and we desperately need one. So I attended the meeting on January 7th, 2002, and at that meeting, I wasn't only asked to get involved, I was asked to chair the committee to engage many others that could be great contributors. That committee was formed, and we initially had about 20 like-minded individuals on it. We started meeting with various industry professionals, consultants, and we were told that it would take 15 to 20 years to get approvals to proceed. I said, that's impossible. Let's find the land, let's get the approvals, and within 3 to 5 years, we will build a hospital. Well, I was wrong. But so were the consultants, because we got the approvals much sooner than they projected. We worked tirelessly to meet with the Liberal provincial government of the day on numerous occasions. We went through 3 health ministers, but a lot of empty promises, unfortunately. We worked very hard with various professional consultants to find several options for the land to put our first hospital. There were 34 different locations identified and rated in the city of Vaughan. However, Jane and Major Mackenzie by far came up as the #1 location. We even had a fairness monitor and a letter from former Supreme Court of Canada Judge, the Honorable Frank Yakabuchi, to verify that we went through a proper process and there was no conflict of interest. At the time, myself, Sandra Galini, and Quinto Annabelle were on the board of York Central Hospital in Richmond Hill. We are the ones that came up with the name Mackenzie Health for the combined entity. I personally took a lot of backlash and criticism when we purchased the 82 acres at Jane and Mitch Mackenzie from Canada's Wonderland, which was actually owned by Cedar Fair. Cedar Fair was in Sandusky, Ohio. Well, I spent my own time and money to go to Ohio to meet with the president and their entire team, which initially didn't even want to talk to us about it because they didn't want to sell the lands at all. So finally, after persistence, long and consuming negotiations, we agreed on a deal, and we purchased the land on behalf of the residents of the city of Vaughan. However, they wouldn't sever or sell any portion of the land. It was all or nothing. All 82 acres. That's when I knew that we had to plan for much more than just a hospital. So I came up with and incorporated the Vaughan Health Campus of Care, also known as the VHCC. I had a vision of truly designing, assembling, and not just a hospital, but a compilation of ancillary and complementary health services, research and development, as well as educational facilities and specialties. This was not something that existed anywhere in Canada, and still doesn't today. In fact, my vision doesn't exist anywhere in North America. This is when the harder work began. For example, I will share a few important points with you. We hired professionals to do an entire helicopter study because we wanted a trauma unit. We had meetings with Sunnybrook's president and CEO at the time, Mr. Barry McClellan, and he encouraged us to include trauma center at our new hospital. The Sunnybrook Health Science Center is the closest trauma center that we have to Vaughan, which is extremely unfortunate because we are talking about minutes and sometimes seconds on people's lives and whether they will live or not. There is indisputably no better place at the Vaughan Hospital site to include a trauma center. Sunnybrook was challenged with trauma cases back then, 15, 20 years ago, and according to Barry McClellan, that was jammed back then. However, I just had dinner a couple of weeks ago with the current president and CEO, Dr. Andy Smith. And by the way, they had incorrectly on the screen, Andy Smith is the president and CEO of Sunnybrook, not of Humber River. Tonight we have here Mr. Joe Gorman from Humber River. I had dinner with Andy Smith, and he says that it's only gotten worse over time. They cannot keep up with all of the trauma and intensive care patients. So Andy asked me if I would help him and Sunnybrook to design, develop, and get approvals and to build a new building on Sunnybrook lands strictly for critical care. This includes trauma patients, ICU, critical condition patients that may not have long to live unless they get the proper care and attention that's required. As a result, I have agreed to Andy's request, and therefore Sunnybrook and its patients, which could be any one of us one day, will get the benefit of my assistance and contributions to build the critical care center. However, in my opinion, Vaughan still needs its own trauma unit. There's no better place for it. Another example is South Lake Hospital. That was another great potential relationship that we developed. Its president and CEO, Dan Carrier, approached me for a meeting. So we met with Mr. Carrier and some of his board of directors from South Lake, which explained to us that they wanted to do a partnership relating to heart and stroke. We could have had a specialty in surgery clinic strictly for heart and stroke, and our partnership would have shared specialists, surgeons, and nurses specific to this department. New York University Medical School. Well, this is something that very recently got announced a few weeks ago. Finally. However, we already had an understanding with the former president and vice chancellor, Dr. Mahmoud Shakri, back in 2009. There was a lot of time and money spent on how large the medical school would be, on how many students it would start with, and then increasing over time. I'm glad that it's finally moving forward. Sheridan College is another good example that we had an agreement with to build a state-of-the-art, desperately needed nurses college on our campus of care. The Hospital for Sick Children, also known as Sick Kids. We met with President Mary Jo Haddad numerous times, and she asked for at least 2 floors of our new hospital or one of the buildings as a satellite location for sick or dying children that needed medical attention or surgeries. Just imagine how great that would have been right here in our own backyard in the city of Vaughan. Anyways, I could go on for hours and hours telling you about some of the great services that we were going to be bringing to Vaughan and to the rest of the residents of Ontario and Canada. But I'm limited with time and probably you don't want to hear my rambling on. But I must tell you a few more important facts. As we were going through our journey and making great progress, we were very fortunate to get our federal and local member of parliament, the Honorable Minister Julian Fantino, to step up and provide us with the initial grant of $10 million to get things going, to pay the various ongoing expenses. Mr. Fantino and his lovely wife Viviane are here tonight, and I would like to once again to say thank you, Julian. You were the first one to secure funds for our hospital here in Vaughan. Thank you, Julian. Unfortunately, our provincial MPP, which was also the Minister of Finance at the time, was so upset and embarrassed that he didn't come through with any funds or approvals, that he hijacked the entire process and told us that, as well as the mayor at the time, that we would have to do it his way or no way at all. We wouldn't get a hospital. I get asked every day about what happened, what went on, and so forth. There's many in this room that do understand the story, some that don't. So you'll all know that that's why we disassociated ourselves, unfortunately, with all the great work that we did come through with. And if we didn't listen to the MPP at that time, to this day we wouldn't have a hospital. This is when the world changed in the city of Vaughan, as well as our hospital for the campus of care. This is when they basically kiboshed the true Vaughan Health Campus of Care vision and organization, the extensive board of directors, and all the amazing work that we all accomplished to that point. The moral of the story is that politics, hypocrisy, and some of those people with their own selfish agendas can truly screw things up sometimes. And they did. And I know for a fact that even many of the politicians, whether they're here tonight or not, would agree with me on that. Notwithstanding that we had written agreements from the former mayor and the province, our proceedings and understandings, as well as the fact that the mayor and all the councillors at that time were on the board of directors of the Vaughan Health Campus of Care, or the Vaughan Healthcare Foundation, or the Vaughan Community Health Center. that we proudly established on J Street north of Rutherford. The mayor called me in for a meeting with that local MPP, and we agreed, or at least I thought we agreed on how to move forward. I insisted that every member's name of our Vaughan Health Services group went on a significant plaque on the wall of the new hospital at the very minimum for their accomplishments as volunteers. Well, apparently they agreed to it as well, but the truth is they didn't. We have it in writing. Sadly, that ended up being smoke and mirrors. It was bogus. It was misleading. It was an outright lie. They lied to me, to the dedicated volunteers of the Vaughan Health Services Group, to their constituents. They lied to the people of Vaughan that have been paying an additional tax for the lands in the hospital for all these years. Although we have a lot of empty land out there so far. Albeit those politicians took all the credit and recognition that they were the ones that made it all happen for the Vaughan Hospital. Shame. Shame on each and every one of them individuals which had their own ulterior motives, huge egos, and selfishness. But they're the ones that need to live with themselves and their own tarnished conscience. Politics, that's why I say politics really sucks sometimes and can categorically screw things up. It's unfortunate to this day, those people that in fact did all the hard work have never been recognized in any respectable way. And this is one of the reasons why I'm telling you about all this. So that you understand the story and you understand that there's many of us in this room that have put in 20-something years into this. If you're wondering, is he actually slamming those particular individuals that destroyed the vision and the true health and ancillary services that we actually need and should have? The answer is yes. Because they truly deserve that more. Regardless, I am very happy and proud to advise you that the corporation and smaller group of the Vaughan Health Campus of Care, which is still in business, we are still volunteering our time whereby funds raised still go to organizations that can truly benefit from it. With us here tonight, I would like to recognize some of the remaining members of the Vaughan Health Campus of Care, which are also my colleagues and have become my very good friends over the years. Please stand when I call your name. Dr. Robert Mangisano. Mr. Robert Coletti. Mr. Quinto Annabelle. Mr. Robert Bradbury. And of course, everyone knows this icon, which has always been my mentor, Mr. Sam Cipollini. Thank you very much to all of you for giving your time, your mind, and your spirit over these many years, and everything that we have collectively developed and achieved. If it wasn't for each of you, with a little bit of help from me, Vaughan would definitely not have a hospital today. So thanks again, and congratulations for your great accomplishments. Thank you. In closing, as we celebrate tonight, let us not forget the true measure of our success lies not in the accolades or the recognition, but in the lives we touch and the positive change that we affect. Let us continue to work together, hand in hand, build a brighter future for generations to come. Please remember, be a leader, not a follower, because they that follow the crowd will never get ahead of the crowd. On behalf of my entire family, Grace, Julian, Adrian, and Felicia, as well as my brothers, Silvio, Carlo, and their families, thank you for this honor. Giving back to communities gives me great satisfaction. Let's continue to support and help those who are truly in need. Thank you and enjoy your evening.
it again. Thank you very much. Are you guys not giving the award? Oh, we did already. Thanks for calling. No, it's been there. So congratulations again to Michael DeGasperis for this incredible award. You may not have long curly hair anymore, but damn, you still look good, Michael. A huge thanks, ladies and gentlemen, to Renter Media for doing an absolutely outstanding job on all of tonight's finalist videos. Can we get a round of applause for Renter Media? They have spent literally weeks and weeks filming and directing and editing and producing all 36 finalist videos.
Only you can say.
Congratulations again to tonight's winners, finalists, nominees. Thanks to our sponsors, our corporate table sponsors, and the committee that worked again tirelessly to ensure the success of this event. And I thank you for being here this evening. Thank you for your support. Please continue to support our members, whether it's at a restaurant, a local establishment, manufacturing company. Let's keep the dollars loco.
Michael, hold that and look at it.
And don't forget, we're doing all this all over again. Nominations will be open in late September, so make sure you nominate a business again.
Smile.
On behalf of the Vaughan Chamber of Commerce, it has been an absolute privilege to MC this evening. Good night, everybody. I'm Elvira Carrion.
Thank you.
Michael, do you speak Italian?
Io non parlo italiano.
Non parli italiano?
No.
Però Sorano sì.
Sorano un pochettino.
Ecco.
Ciuciaro.
Ciociaro. Allora, Extra TV è un'emittente televisiva della Ciociaria e siamo qui proprio per onorare quello che stai facendo tu per la comunità italo-canadese e non solo.
Sì, grazie. Voglio ringraziare tutti che hanno venuto qui stasera per questo grande onore.
Diciamo che le tue origini italiane sono nel tuo DNA e sappiamo quanto sforzo avete fatto e avete contribuito a costruire il Canada.
I miei genitori hanno venuto qui con senza niente. Abbiamo fatto un po' di moneta piano piano e we like to give it back to the community. We like to give it back to the community. È un grande onore.
E questo vi fa onore.
Sì, grazie.
I'm
leaving. I just want to say congratulations.
I know. I've seen you on the screen there, and I've seen you before as well. And you know what? Like I said, you're the true heroes today. You're the winners that helping us.
I'm grabbing you before she does. Oh no, I've been grabbing him all night.
What are you grabbing? What are we grabbing? My pleasure. Thank you. Thank you. It's my pleasure. It's always needed, right?
So supportive for so many women.
In a positive way.
I was going to say, just to walk around.
I was there when it was under construction.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but I haven't seen it finished.
Thank you again. It really helps us. This man is incredible.
22 years later, you know what? I had to say what I had to say. Thank you. Oh, go ahead, your assistant, and yeah. Thank you. Good thing I have my litigation lawyers in here. Got it.
Congratulations.
Thank you. With who? Okay, yeah. All right. But you guys got to correct that video there. You got Dr. Andy Smith as the president and CEO of Humber River Hospital. He's Sunnybrook. Yeah. Yeah, but that was talking on Mike. You should have known. Okay, you guys got all the information. It's embarrassing for me that happened. Congratulations. That was a crazy story. Midnight last night, I had to cut back. Oh, really? That was crazy. I was trying to figure out what was happening. And he's here. He's here today? Yeah, good. I guess we will come over to say hi. Yeah, I guess Greg will come over to say hello. I was here. He told me he was here. Bad. She knew where he was, right? Thanks, buddy. Thank you for coming. Good luck. Congratulations. Thanks, bro. Congratulations. That was a great speech, right? I heard. Good, good. Hey, congratulations. That was a beautiful speech. Thank you. Well said. Thank you.
Well done, Michael. God bless you. Well done.
Time to do it, right? Yeah. Libby, thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for coming. Basta, basta, basta. Enough. I got an itch. Okay, I don't want you to get to those guys. Thank you. So apparently, okay, enough.
So good at remembering everything. Yes. Yeah, heading out.
How are you doing, Julian?
Bye.
Hi, Tia.
Take care, buddy. Love you too. And get ready to move.
Yes, definitely.
Because there was one previous. Hey. You might want to use this as a part for fall. Yeah, our years right over there.
Ciao Yolanda, ci vediamo a presto.
When soon? Where do I see
We might be out front.
lot less bright eye. Hurts? Oh,
Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay. So much for the Gaspers. Your thoughts and feelings on receiving this award?
Well, I'm very honored to receive this Philanthropic Person of the Year award. It does mean a lot to me, only for the recognition. However, it's not something that I go looking for. It's something that has come and knocked on my door. And it's just as a result of what I do over the years. And from my heart, I like to help people and help different organizations whenever they need my assistance. So I do my best at whatever I can.
How important is it for organizations, small or big, to give back to the community?
Well, it's very important for everyone to try and get back to the community if they can, and especially organizations. They need to help where they should be helping various charities, various people in need, because the people that can truly benefit from that, they would really appreciate it, and the governments just they can't pay enough. So that's why we need to help the various people, various individuals, various charities, various organizations.
My final question is a word of advice to the next generation that look to you as a leader, as a mentor.
He's got the actor right. He's got the actor.
Always try and give of yourself if you can. Do the best you can, and as I said, be a leader, not a follower, because he who follows the crowd will never get ahead of the crowd. Therefore, what I mean by that is come forward. Don't sit back. Don't get asked to do it. Feel it with your heart. Know that you want to do it, and help other charities or people whenever you can.
Thank you.
Michael,